Hey everyone, welcome to 1B. In this episode, the very first winners and up for elimination contestants will be revealed. But first, we have to get to some stuff. First, Casey had a confessional, and he said, maybe I'll live, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll completely flop and live up to none of the zero expectations for me. I can't wait to find out. Well, my only expectation is that you have fun, so if that's met, everything's good. Now let's get to the predictions. Last time, I asked you guys 3 questions and 22 people responded. Let's see what you psychics predicted. The first question was, which contestant will win the whole season? And the winner was pretty clear. Trojan got 11 votes, so exactly half of the responders think he's the most likely winner. Following him is Bombs with 4 votes, and then World at 2. Casey, Ian, Ironic, Piloto, and Purple got 1 vote each. This statistic is really cool, and I'm excited to see how the ranks will change throughout the season depending on performances. So Allie and Real Frog Hours, don't worry, maybe you'll be an underestimated threat. Now, onto the 2 contestants that people think will win this round. Each person was allowed 2 choices. Trojan was the most likely to win the whole season, but here he ranks at second with 16% of the vote. Who's first? Well, it's the king of round wins himself, Bombs, with 25% of the vote. In third is a tie between Ian Eastone and World, who got 13.5% each. RFH was just behind with 11%, and Allie and Purple tie next with 6.8% each. Piloto got 4.5%, and Ironic got 2.25%. Casey was the only one who thought no one would win, but that just means you have 22 people to prove wrong. Thankfully, everyone was chosen at least once in the fantasy league, so there's always someone rooting for you. Lastly, our elimination statistics. According to voters, the most likely contestant to be eliminated is Ironic Introvert with 27% of the vote. I remembered later that he's the only cast member to not win a round, so maybe that's why. This round was much closer, as there was a tie between second place and they only had 1 vote less than Ironic. It's Real Frog Hours and Casey with 23% each. Up next is a 3-way tie for third. Each of these people got 2 votes, Ian Eastone, Piloto, and Purple Gaze. No one thought Allie, Trojan, World, or Bombs would be eliminated this round. Remember, these stats are just for fun, and my main reason for implementing them is to see how they evolve over the season, like betting odds for award shows. Now that we've seen what you think, let's see if you're actually right. On to the results. The 10 contestants responded to the prompt, "You're in a competition you know you can't win. How do you sabotage or cheat your way to the top spot?" Of the 10 contestants, 6 will be safe, but 4 will be in either one of 2 voting zones, winning or being eliminated. Their scores or responses will not be revealed, but everyone else's will. Now I'll show some of the contestants that are safe this round. Good luck, All-Stars. Allie, Purple, Real Frog Hours, and Ironic Introvert. Your scores have qualified you to move on to the next round, so you're safe. Congratulations. We'll meet up with you 4 later once it's time to vote. But that leaves Casey, Ian, Trojan, Piloto, Bombs, and World. You are the group with the highest and the lowest scores of the round. Before we reveal who is in each group, I'm introducing a special guest host with me to discuss the responses. Now, we're going to talk about the remaining responses with Season 2 winner Mr. Dell. They don't know I can't win. Bluff until they concede. What do you think about this?
This one was real good. I liked how it took into perspective like how the opponent was thinking.
It does answer the prompt in a clever fashion. Maybe the only reason why it would stand out is because it didn't specify a competition, but I think it's a clever idea.
I can see this one being controversial.
Yeah.
Lend opposing e-athletes smart controllers requiring inconveniently timed software updates.
Yeah, this would be really annoying to do and would definitely hold up the competition a lot.
This one's a pretty specific idea, but I still think it works well for the prompt.
And it must be so nice to have opponents that are so eager or
so eager to give you controllers.
They're just nice. It's like a friendly competition that's like, fine, I'll have your controller. That's so nice.
Yeah, except it's not, because it's sabotage. It seems nice though.
Very nice at first glance. Subtle persuasion. Move your king there. Okay. Moves king. Checkmate. This one's very interesting.
This is a very interesting one. This is another somewhat specific idea. I don't really think it works too well because this isn't really what subtle persuasion is.
This dialogue is describing isn't persuasion, but I like the idea of like telling someone to do something. They're like, all right, fine, and then like it leads them into it.
Yeah, I think this was a good idea that just didn't really go anywhere.
I am also all in on including parentheses and dialogue in the response. That's really risky.
That's something I haven't seen in a while.
Kudos to this person because it's definitely risky, and I personally like it, but
yeah. During sandcastle competitions, crumbs sabotage opponents. Attracted birds prevent construction.
It's a smidge verbose.
Yeah, I think this was the longest one of the round.
Even despite that, I think it's really cool.
I think this is a really cool one, but I don't think it would work practically enough. I guess crumbs would attract the birds, but like I don't know if that would affect it enough to be like sabotage.
Well, though the birds come on the sandcastle, they flock to it, and then it like destroys the progress.
Oh yeah, true.
And another thing I thought was clever about this response is that crumbs and sand probably blend really well, so it's not obvious sabotage.
My only gripe with this one is like the wording could be a bit less like that. I almost stumbled up reading it. But I think it's a really good idea.
I do too. Give competitors that mindset. They'll cheat instead and get disqualified.
So I find it really funny that not one but two responses decided to italicize the word they.
I do too, and they're both very like outside the realm of like do this specific thing. It's like manipulating mindsets.
Yeah, it's real weird. So I think the other one that did this was a bit stronger, but this one was still a really interesting response to like think about.
I think I prefer this one a little more. The only roadblock I think is like how would you give someone that mindset? Like
yeah,
go up to them and be like, hey, cheating is fun. Like I don't know.
I think what it's trying to say is like be like super cocky and say like, oh, I'm definitely gonna win this, and make them think they have to cheat in order to win. I think that's what it's trying to go for. Writing opponents fake Molotov cocktail orders, explosively sabotage bartending competitions. Oh, I just read that again. It makes more sense than the first time I read it.
Okay, I was gonna say, because the idea of like Molotov cocktails and like bartending competitions, that idea is really funny. I don't get what this means at all.
It took me a second because when I said it, I did not emphasize the right words. But basically, it's saying like in a bartending competition, you're like writing someone an order for them to make something that would like sabotage their it's like you're giving them an order to make that would sabotage their thing.
I guess, but it's like also isn't the thing you have to throw it?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of like nitpicky.
It's one of the more out of the box ones, but I think it's really interesting. It's worded in a way that confused me at first, yeah.
Now that I get it, I enjoy it a little bit more. Well, those were some great responses, and now it's time to see how they placed. It's time to reveal which contestants are in each group. There's a top and the bottom three. Good luck, everyone. Now we've seen where the contestants place, and there are 2 contestants that are just on the cusp of each respective voting zone. One contestant was 1 rank away from being one of the top all-stars, and one just barely avoided being up for elimination. Let's reveal the first saved contestant. Even though your score wasn't enough for a prize, World is completely safe. Congratulations to Bombs and Trojan, who are the very first top 2 all-stars of the season. They are in contention to get the double voting power for next round. But now, it's time to determine who the contestants up for elimination will be. Casey, Ian, and Piloto, one of you will be safe. Time to reveal who it is. Congratulations, Casey! You have narrowly avoided the elimination zone. But unfortunately, that means either Ian or Piloto will be the first to leave the cast. Honestly, this outcome is really shocking. I was not expecting such strong competitors to be the first 2 in the bottom, but with a cast of this caliber, it was bound to happen. I really liked all their responses this round, but it is what it is, and someone has to land in the bottom. Now the power shifts to the contestants. You 10 will all cast your vote for which response you want to win and which you want to be eliminated. Format your vote like this. In 1C, the winner will be announced and we will eliminate our first contestant. To the all-stars in the voting zones, best of luck. Bye everyone.